I was just sitting here thinking about the influence my mother had on my sisters and on me, but from different vantage points. Because when you're growing up in a single family household in this matriarchal situation, you emulate things that you don't understand till much later. And by that I mean I watched my mother deal with my sisters different than she would me. The way that she would talk to me and her expectations of me and the kind of girl she wanted me to date and all that kind of stuff. And the point I really want to make is we have to have both parents involved in the ones that make it. Now, the ones that don't, that's a conversation that you started here today that's not going to end today, because there's no right or wrong answer as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of the way out of this mess, we got to have more parents that are actually parents, whether you're married or not. Preferably in our society, it's better if everybody's in the same household. But either way, the father has to play a more
pronounced
role in the raising of the kids, because there's no way a woman can deal with a young boy once he starts having erections. I mean, he's going to start thinking differently. It's all there is to it. And my mama's telling me to suppress that, and I'm like, Mama, I ain't going to talk to you about this no more. You know, but that girl you want me to go with, you know, no, she's fucking everybody except me.
Bobby said something.
Bobby, if I was your mother, I'd be like, no, she's fucking everybody but you. Keep it moving, baby.
And he ain't gonna listen to you. He ain't gonna get a piece of that ass.
Then he gonna go, because when he tells children not to do it. I'm holding my...
He said, I'm number 42. I'm in line.
His ass is ready for me.
But like Veronica,
but let me say this, because then we have to take a quick break.
Okay.
To speak to Bobby's point, and then.
Okay.
Children imitate their parents' unresolved issues and hurt.
Yes.
This is our burden as the children of our parents. And that burden is to learn the lesson they didn't. You understand? See, this is why I'm an advocate of condoms, birth control, because when it gets to the point now we have a zygote that's splitting every day, growing, evolving, right? Right? When it gets to that point and you're still a fucking grab bag full of unresolved hurts and disappointments, and you're in a leadership role in the family, you have done nothing but damage the legacy. Krishnamurti, I always mention him, wrote a book called Education and the Significance of Life. You hear that bullshit, and black people say it the most. The mother is the first teacher. Yeah, mama teaches. Mama teaches hurt. If your shit ain't resolved, you ain't got no business around kids, let alone raising kids. Put something on your dick for a man. Put something in your mouth for a woman. Ingest some fucking birth control, because until you reconcile you ain't got no business making copies of yourself. That's just real.
But the truth is,
in his book, let me finish the point. In his book, because then we got to go to break and then we come back to it. In his book, he challenged teachers. He said, as a teacher, if you're in front of students and you haven't resolved or reconciled who you are as a being, you are a danger to the children. If you're not authentic and real and honest and come to terms with that, you are a danger to the children. Now, that's a teacher. Imagine a mother or a father. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, callers, more questions, and we'll go deeper into this topic. Very powerful topic.
Ooh.
Eugenic and civilization value of birth control is becoming apparent to the enlightened and the intelligent. The campaign for birth control is not merely of eugenic value, but is practically identical in ideal with the final aim of eugenics. Margaret Sanger, 1921.
In her autobiography, Margaret Sanger wrote about a speech she gave in 1926 at a Ku Klux Klan rally in Silver Lake, New Jersey. The Planned Parenthood founder bragged about the fact that afterward, she was invited by 12 other Klan chapters to speak at their events.
At about the same time the American Birth Control League was changing its name to Planned Parenthood, a lot of books and reports began coming out that attempted to put a happy face on eugenics. And many of them were written by people that were associated with Planned Parenthood. The strategy here was obvious. Since the Nazis had turned eugenics into a four-letter word, the American eugenics movement decided it was time to lay low. So most of their writings during this time period downplayed the role of eugenics and couched their agenda in terms of helping the African American. Perhaps the best example of this is a 1,500-page book by eugenicist Gunnar Myrdal called An American Dilemma, The Negro Problem in Modern Democracy.
Commonly, it is considered a great misfortune for America that Negro slaves were ever imported. The presence of Negroes in America today is usually considered a plight of the nation. Chapter 7, page 167. All white Americans agree that if the Negro is to be eliminated, he must be eliminated slowly, so as not to hurt any living individual Negroes. Chapter 7, page 168. The only way possible of decreasing Negro population is by means of controlling fertility. Chapter 7, page 170. Birth control facilities could be extended relatively more to Negroes than to whites, since Negroes are more concentrated in the lower income and education classes. Chapter 7, page 176.
One of the places where government money has been used to advance the eugenics agenda has been in the public school system. Although government-funded population control programs can be found in white schools, the evidence is that they are significantly more likely to be targeted at black schools.
One example of this was seen in 1986, when it was discovered that Illinois public schools were not only distributing birth control to children, but that every one of the 50 facilities involved were in minority neighborhoods. When this information was made public, a local African-American pastor organized a campaign to stop the program. Reverend Hiram Crawford labeled the project genocide, saying that the obvious goal was to go after the Hispanic and black population.
That same pattern was also found in Maryland in the 1990s. Even though the state's teen pregnancy rate was higher among white students than black students, when the contraceptive device Norplant was introduced, it was selectively marketed to children as young as 13 in predominantly black schools in Baltimore. The result was that of the first 350 girls implanted at a local middle school, 345 were African American. Then, when Norplant was approved for general distribution, of the first 100 schools selected, all 100 were in minority neighborhoods.
The Norplant contraception device was developed by the Population Council in New York, which had been established in 1952 under the leadership of its president, John Rockefeller. Its next two presidents, Frederick Osborne and Frank Notestein, were both former members of the American Eugenics Society, and Notestein would later serve on the National Advisory Council of Planned Parenthood. Since 1973, legal abortion has killed more African Americans than AIDS, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and violent crime combined. Every week, more blacks die in American abortion clinics than were killed in the entire Vietnam War. And the largest chain of abortion clinics in the United States is operated by Planned Parenthood.
We have now reached a point in this country that African American women, though they make up 12% of the population, they account for 37% of the abortions. An African American baby is almost 5 times more likely to be aborted than a white child. The abortion industry at this point kills as many African American people every 4 days as the Klan killed in 150 years. And you can truly say the most dangerous place for an African American to be is in the womb of their African American mother.
Birth control and abortion are turning out to be the great eugenic advances of our time.
Very tough to hear. And I go back to the bourgeoisie, the elite, who are in alignment with this thought process. Are they then now eugenics? Right? Are they eugenicists? Right? Are they nigger Nazis? This is what we're faced with today. But here's the paradoxical thing. When you watch the Get Your EBT card, you kind of empathize with their position on it. That's how fucked up we are as a people. Margot had a point.
Yes.
Finish your point.
Well, I was going to talk about the damage, and sometimes people call it damage, but they're challenges that we receive from our parents. We'll always be trying to get rid of some of this hurt and this pain and deal with it and try to resolve it through our relationships. So I believe that children actually come here through the parents that have certain dysfunctions, because those children are being prepared for things that they're going to have to deal with specifically on their path.
You said on the spiritual side, they chose
we choose our parents.
The difficult situation in order so that they could learn something. We are not human beings. We are spirits having a human experience.
Absolutely, all day. And that is the one thing I want to say. And I also want to talk about the program.
Hallelujah, Ashe.
Ashe. And you know, I also I get into a lot of self-hypnosis and self-programming, and I know when it's time to
You hypnotize yourself?
Well, I have programs that I listen
You
to.
good.
And it's some good shit. It really is.
Okay, well, do you have Black Mastery?
I don't, and I want to get that. I deal with Andrew Johnson so far. I've been dealing with him, and I do vary between different programs. But listen, everybody, we need to get into that, because there's some things subconsciously. The subconscious holds everything that we're doing physically that we're not even thinking about. Subconscious is holding it. Excuse me. So the programming to melanated people in the world and all over the world has been very negative, and you don't hear it. It's in the music. They're putting it in TV shows, and it's underlying, just like the programming that I listen to. It's like you don't hear it. It's music. You might not even hear any words, but there's a message there. So we have to start doing something. I definitely agree with that NLP program. We have to start doing things like this so we can rewrite our program, so we can start behaving different and having different responses. Because this abortion thing and all of this thing, the black numbers, I know I got to wrap it up.
Jesus.
It's by design. It's not that we're just
flowers
stupid.
are growing.
We're not just stupid. This is a design, and we have to do something to combat it. We have to start getting to our subconscious mind, change the program.
Good stuff. Listen, we have one more caller. Caller, you have to make this quick. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, everybody, it's Ronan. How y'all doing?
We're good, brother. Make it quick, my friend. I'm sorry I got to rush you.
Yeah, I got to make it quick. Thanks for you guys on my news. And I wanted to say that I don't get wrapped up in the whole pro-choice, pro-life conversation, because it makes the target individuals comfortable with their contributions with hands-free genocide. That's how I see it. And sadly, you know, when you have individuals who birth children in spite or still harboring nonsense, and they make irresponsibility and all kind of self-destructive mindsets and behaviors to the next generation, then you have the oppressing class and the coons out there who actually sit back and watch us fuck ourselves literally to out of existence.
Wow. Wow. Man, I appreciate you waiting. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much for that piece of information that takes us to the next level. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Now, with that said, we've got 5 minutes to wrap. Veronica.
Yes.
I want to make sure that everybody buys blackmastery.com. And I call it .com because that's where you go to get it. Blackmastery.com. Please go buy it. I swear to God, we need it. We fucking need it. We need the Toleration Blitz. What is that? TolerationBlitz.com?
TolerationBlitz.com. We're doing one on Saturday, so if you're ready to clean out your environment and create a right environment for your success, then we're going to get it done on Saturday. So if you go to TolerationBlitz.com, you can sign up for that.
There we go. So right now, we're going to give out our grades.
Man, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, grades are about to get handed out. Brandy gets a default F for not showing up. She doesn't even get an I. She gets an F for not showing up today. I think her forehead was sick.
You gotta dog my
shit.
girl like
My
that?
bad.
She ain't even here,
when you're not
man.
here, that's when you get yours off.
Man.
Okay, so really quickly, Whitney Tabor, C minus. You did pretty good today. C minus.
I try.
You know, wasn't all the way truthful. I know you didn't. I know you didn't use the clothes hanger at some point in time in your life.
Oh man, nah, Flair, not me. Not me.
No, I'm just playing. Jesus, can't we just beat this shit? If I was a comedian, oh, he's just a comedian. Margot, I'm on the fence with you.
You're on the fence. We're always on the fence with me,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you're very ethereal and.
Yeah,
you know, the baby has wings.
That's right.
D plus. Great job. D plus. Strong D plus.
All right.
And of course, Veronica Conway, as a professor, doesn't get a grade.
She already got her grade.
You guys have to grow up. She's already got her degree in this shit.
All right.
I really appreciate everybody that tuned in today. Bobby, where can they find you?
At Glanton Smith on Twitter, realmendon'tplay.com. Books will be available on Thursday in the physical sense. You can also get it on the ebook joint with iTunes and Amazon. And this Thursday, I'm always riding right in on Zoe's wave, and the Real Men Don't Play show here at RMC.
Yes, please.
Thursday will be, the theme is, Have You Seen My Father?
Wow,
Nice.
great stuff. You know, my son was on Bobby's show last week. He called in.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah. Whitney, where can they find you?
What's good, guys? You can find me on Facebook at Whitney Tabor. Also, I'm on IG all day, Instagram, Twitter, at Miss Tabor. Holla at me.
Good stuff, good stuff. Margo?
Yes. Check out my YouTube channel while we're still getting everything ready for the launch later this year. Destination Love Life on YouTube. You can check some of my my different links there for different places to find me.
We should play some of your links.
Yes, we should. And my articles. You got to check out the articles. They're for men and women. I'm an advocate for men and women. Destination Love Life. But go to beautycomeforth, FORTH.com. I'm the love and relationship editor there for a long time now. Great articles. Go to the relationships tab and you'll see the relationship detox. And there's also Dog Proof Your Love Life. And men, it's for you too. Different ages. You gotta read the article.
With that said, at Mr. Zowat on Instagram. At Mr. Zowat on Instagram. You can see me on Mondays on tradiov.com where we do our Zowat morning show. Yesterday's show was off the charts. It was crazy. Please find that on YouTube or live stream or somewhere. Follow me on Twitter. You'll see the links for that show yesterday. On Twitter, I'm at Zoe Williams. And continue to purchase my book. Very important, The Rebirth of Siege. You can get it at my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. The ladies had on my shirt today. Please support my shirts. I have shirts for ladies right now, and I'm taking pre-orders for my next order of shirts. Very nice stuff. So please get at us. Support us in any way possible. We appreciate everybody for tuning in and participating. Veronica. I forgot. Veronica, did we get her website, veronicaconway.com?
Yeah, veronicaconway.com.
There it is, veronicaconway.com. Support Black Mastery. I'm urging you to do that. Thank you so much, everybody. This was a great show, and we'll see what the internet has to say about it when we're done. All right? Peace.